Welcome to Business News with Edu, and let's take a closer look at the South African Airways and what has been taking place there over the last little while, and what I suggest can be done to make the South African Airways better.
The funny democracy, funny legal system.
Like and subscribe for more.
That's it. Ex-Vodacom CEO Jarana has taken over the reins of the South African Airways as the first permanent CEO in how many years, and thereby, thank God, pushing Vuyani out of key decision-making roles at the national carrier. And one thing that Jarana wants to potentially do is bring in an equity partner into the South African Airways, somebody that's got a history of running a commercial international airline in a profitable type of way, so that those skills can be leveraged into creating a profitable South African Airways going forward, using those corporate airline management skills to South African Airways' best advantage. The problem with that is that with South African Airways tanking as badly as it is at the moment, who is going to be wanting to pump their investment money into such a sinking ship? A couple of years ago, back in 1999, South African Airways managed to sell a percentage of their shareholding to Swiss Air. Unfortunately for South African Airways, is they had to buy back the shares when Swiss Air was liquidated. So, as a spin-off from that, what do I suggest that South African Airways do going forward? Although this is likely to be a far more smaller scale type of investment and not quite the type that Jarana has in mind, but it will go a long way towards boosting South African Airways' image within South Africa. And that is bring out something along the lines of a debenture or a residential bond issue, which will allow Joe Blogs in the street to have a direct investment in South African Airways. And why would Joe Blogs in the street be wanting to have a direct investment in South African Airways? Well, incentivize it. Besides offering a really competitive interest rate, which will give people a return on their investment, incentivize it that if you are, if it's a bond issue, if you're a South African Airways bond holder and you are flying domestically or internationally, and you buy an economy class ticket, you'll be able to use the business class check-in that doesn't have any queues in it to be able to check your luggage in. You'll be able to use the business class lounge before you board your flight as an additional incentive. And these incentives will effectively cost South African Airways absolutely nothing, but it'll incentivize Joe Blogs in the street to take out an investment in South African Airways, even if it is only for a month or two over the period of time that they intend to be traveling. Or for the more frequent traveler, give your bond holder, give your debenture holder in South African Airways the option to have double Voyager miles logged up onto their Voyager mile card as an additional incentive to make regular corporate fly South African Airways more often, firstly, and secondly, incentivize them to be able to get double the Voyager miles by flying South African Airways and buying a sizable chunk of South African Airways bond paper or debentures. That's my take on the matter personally, and it's a way that I can see South African Airways turning around their corporate image and going a lot further. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Post your comments, questions, criticisms down there. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it out amongst your friends. If you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button down there. And last but by no means least, until the two of us meet again, try not to get yourselves lost or killed, and I'll see you next time.
They can continue to whinge until they are blue in the face. They can continue to be as negative as they want to, or they can simply leave this country. So that
he was slamming up